You've probably heard of the terms introvert and extrovert, but have you ever felt like you were neither? Do you sometimes struggle to answer the simple question? Many people don't quite fit into either category, and this is where the term ambivert comes into play. An ambivert is someone who exhibits qualities of both introversion and extroversion, and can flip into either depending on their mood, context, and goals. These are people who have also been called things like outgoing introverts or antisocial extroverts. Extroversion and introversion are both personality traits that describe how someone would react to other people. In the right context and right moods, ambiverts can flip up into extroversion. On the other hand, in more difficult contexts, around people who make them feel uncomfortable and when they aren't feeling their best, ambiverts can flip down into introversion. Research has also found that how we react to people is psychological. Certain studies have found that we judge someone's level of extroversion or introversion in the first few seconds, mostly based on their face structure. An easy question to ask yourself is which one of these statements sounds more like you? I'm drawn to people and get energy from social gatherings. I'm fairly outgoing. It drains me to be around so many people. I prefer peace, solitude, and quiet. Or it depends. Keep in mind that ambivert is not a label, it's a spectrum. You can rank low, medium, or high on the extroversion scale, and people who fall in the middle are called ambiverts. Want to figure out where exactly you fit on the extroversion scale? Click on our quiz in the description and get your results in a few minutes. And now here's the part why ambiverts are so amazing. They can balance both traits and be the optimal people in various situations. They have the advantage to be assertive and enthusiastic enough to persuade people, but at the same time listen carefully to everyone and avoid the overconfident tag. Here is the ambivert guide that includes tips and action steps for all ambiverts out there. 1. Find your ideal locations. Split your locations or situations into 3 categories and make a mental list of where you thrive or barely survive. Sort them up and then end up with a list that you can reference back to whenever you need to go to a certain event. If you know where you thrive, then you can build your schedule and your time based on places where you can be your best self. 2. Find your ideal people. This is another variable that affects where you fall on the extroversion scale. Make a list of reviving and toxic people in your life. Look at the people on the nourishing side and make sure you try to connect with them more often if they help your mental well-being. Now look at the toxic side. You deserve to be around people who sustain you. Keep this in mind when hanging out with them. 3. Hone in on your strengths. By being an ambivert, you need to understand that you have so many advantages. You're flexible and can adapt to different contexts and situations more easily. You're stable and provide a good balance between hypersensitivity and dominance. You're initiative, and you know when to speak and when to keep quiet, when to push and when to hold back. Take some time to identify your strengths and then use them to your advantage. 4. Realize your weaknesses. With all those flexibilities come some liabilities. Ambiverts may find themselves running into some problems, like loving to talk to people but trying to plan out your conversations beforehand, out of nervousness, or even saying yes to a lot of things at once and tending to people please. Sometimes you may be caught in the middle of extroverted desires and introverted needs. Find some time to address the common problems that you have and figure out how you can control them accordingly. Finally, amplify your ambiversion. Take control of how, where, and with who you spend your time. Remember that there's no right nor wrong personality type, but any personality can shine by staying in control of things that they can control. Try to put yourself in situations where you will shine. Thank you. Please consider subscribing.